Welcome, everyone. We have the Transformers Age of the Primes Red Alert, better known as Transformers Armada or Micron Legend Red Alert, not G1 Red Alert. So, this guy is starting to show up at retail if you've got him pre ordered from various places. I don't know if this is shipping just yet. I found this copy at Walmart. So Walmart's seem to have been getting this wave a little early. I think the official release date for these were April or May. I can't remember, but it does seem like the first two waves of Age of the Primes and the 2025 Studio Series are starting to show up around the US right now. So just kind of be aware of that. The packaging is pretty great. I like that they switch things up. I know some people have complained a little bit about how the main line and the Studio Series have very similar packaging right now. I don't have a problem with it. It does look a little more sophisticated. It is a big departure from the more, vibrantly colorful Legacy United Wave, but I think the packaging is fine. Looking at the figure in more detail, uh, it's a really nice figure. I remember Armada Red Alert at the time when it was out. Uh, I was still collecting Transformers a little bit and also buying Transformers for my son. That was kind of a weird time to be a collector. Those Armada toys were just much larger, much bulkier. They had the cool Minicon gimmicks. You basically stick the Minicon on them and like things would pop out. And with this release, they have mimicked those features to a degree, but there's no Minicon. We've gotten tons of Armada figures, and we've gotten one release that had a Minicon so far. So let me take that back. Two releases that had a Minicon. And the weird thing is, both of those releases were like exclusives, not mainline. So it'd be nice if they do something to get all of the minicons out. At least for the main characters, the minicon teams that were important, like Star Saber and Requiem Blaster and all that stuff. Won't dive into that. That's my little quirk. But the figure is going to come with 3 attachments. And I don't remember this being a thing with Armada. But he has these 3 different attachments. And he doesn't have a hand, so you're going to want to take one of the 3 and equip it with him. And then he'll have the other 2 that you can swap out for various things. He does have his blaster, and it does store and transform in the way that the original toy did. I'm trying to remember which orientation this goes, but that's the vehicle mode. And there was a thing where you would plug the Minicon in and this would pop out. Sorry, I did that off camera. You'd plug the Minicon in and this would like flip around, and then you could also unplug it and make it a blaster. The port is pretty shallow to accommodate this setup, so you might put it in his hand and it might fall out after a while if you're like playing with this thing and posing it. To just kind of be aware. But these hand accessories are 5mm, so you could store one in the barrel of the gun, and then I was storing the other one where his gun actually goes. I don't know if you're meant to store this anywhere else, but I haven't seen any other places to store them. I might be overlooking something, but there's that. The colors are very vibrant. I do like that. You've got the kind of purpley blue, and then his knees have a darker color. He's got black feet. He's got the white with the red stripes and accents. The Autobot symbol. The face looks very good. It has clear red plastic, so he will be able to, take some light piping. The grill looks nice. It's technically not a lot of paint, but it's paint in all the right places, and it just ends up making him look really good. And to do some quick comparisons, I do not have the original Red Alert, but I've got the modern Armada partners that have been released, and he is taller than Hotshot, so kudos on that. And then here he is with Optimus. Optimus is a bit bigger, and it basically this matches up. This should be the proper scale where Optimus would be bigger than him. And to go over his articulation, he's got a ball jointed neck that is really tight. I mean, like really tight. You're probably not going to do too much with the head because of that. Matter of fact, all his joints are kind of tight, like in the way that the Revenge of the Fallen Jetfire's joints are tight. There's been a couple times I've been messing with him that it kind of feels like the plastic might crack. So kind of be aware of that. He's got disc hinge shoulders. This piece, this pauldron does rotate around the shoulder. So just kind of be aware of that. It will get out of the way. He's got a bicep swivel. He's got a double elbow, super tight. So be careful. Probably mostly because of transformation with the double elbow. He does have a waist swivel. You're gonna have to like pull this backpack out the way to, get good use of it. He does have thigh swivel. He's got disc hinge thighs. His knees are single hinge. Again, pretty tight. I'm accidentally manipulating this joint, but this is not his knee or anything. And then his ankle, he does have a pretty good pivot, and up and down are really good, again mostly for transformation. So posability, you're going to be able to get him in pretty much any major pose that you're going to want him in. And then here he is in vehicle mode, and vehicle mode looks the part. It might be a little scrunched, like as far as the form factor, but you can kind of tell that design wise they put more emphasis into the robot mode than the vehicle mode. In the original toy, it kind of seemed like the vehicles might have had a little bit more focus. They definitely had for instance, Red Alert was a little bit higher off the ground. The wheels were a little bit bigger, so making the wheels smaller helps in the robot mode, obviously. And then he retains that gimmick of the gun being able to flip out, so that's nice. And the clear plastic on the roof, the clear windows, that's also a nice touch, very reminiscent of the original toy. And then here he is with Hotshot, and you can kind of see some little bit of weirdness. Like Hotshot is pretty big in vehicle mode. Again, they focused on the robot mode, and when they got to the vehicle mode, kind of did best effort. But like those little tires, they they kind of stand out a little bit. I forgot to put his hood engine on to complete the look, but it's okay, I think. I think ultimately, you know, Red Alert still seems bigger. He's definitely, you know, higher off the ground. So you get the right kind of size difference and look between the two. So that works out well. So overall, a nice release. I am looking forward to more Armada stuff coming out. Again, I really hope they do something about the minicons. You know, it'd just be great to at least have the minicons that go with the main characters, and then maybe some of the main sets that had a place in the story to kind of go with them to complete the collection. So Hasbro has said that they're looking for ways to do it. We're just all waiting for them to do it now. So hopefully they will. Thanks for watching. If you haven't done so, please like and subscribe. And as always, tune into more videos coming up. Thank you.